Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Alyssa's Ozark Home. Today's video is going to be a random video. I'm going to be getting a new fish tank, which means I have to take apart my current fish tank. And I also got some household things I got to do, some errands to run, and I'm also going to be cooking a delicious dinner. So if that sounds like something you guys want to see, I'd love to have you stick around and watch today's video. Golden things.
I've got this feeling, I'm feeling you could be the one.
So I'm going to start off today's video with footage from last night when I decided to take apart my fish tank because I had plans to get a bigger fish tank. When I have to take apart a fish tank, which I've done many times, I like to transfer everything into big totes, and that way the fish still have, their environment kind of. I'll add the rocks in the tote, the water, plants, and it's just temporary. It's just a temporary thing for maybe a day or two. And the fish do fine. I make sure to put the filter on the tote and their heater. But this handy little pump here I got off Amazon, and it's a lifesaver for large aquariums because it pumps the water a lot faster. And I have the water obviously being pumped into the tote because that's where my fish are going to be temporarily. But this tank was also due for a water change, so I'm not going to fill it completely up with the tank water. I'm going to add some dechlorinated water to the tote. That way they have some fresh water too. But now I'm just taking all the hardscape out of the fish tank and putting it in another tote. And I'm also going to be putting some of the real plants in the tote where the fish are going. That way they have some cover and hiding spaces. And I have to go off topic here, but how funny is my cat? I just was cracking up watching this footage back because when I was taking apart the tank, I wasn't really paying attention to what she was doing. I was focused on getting my tank taken apart, but she is such a curious cat and she really wanted to be a part of this whole situation. Now I am going to catch my fish and put them in the tote, and I made sure to drain the tank most of the way because it's easier to catch the fish when there's less water for them to swim away from you. And when I was done catching all of the fish and got them all set up in their tote and turned on the filter and heater and everything, I did make sure to cover the tote and secure it pretty well because of my cat. I didn't want her getting in the tote since it was kind of at her level and eating my fish. So don't worry about that.
You got me wrapped around your finger. Tell me what you wanna do. I think we're part of something bigger.
And now that I got the tank almost completely drained, it's hard to pump out all of the water with that thing because it stops working if there's not enough water submerging it. But now that I've got everything drained, I am just finishing up clearing out the stand that it's on, and I'm going to move it out of the way until I'm ready to get the new tank set up because I'm going to be transferring all of the substrate to the new tank. So I can't really do anything further until I get the new fish tank put into place. And when my husband got home from work, he helped me bring in this sturdy piece of furniture that I'm going to put the new fish tank on. Now it's the next day and I have to get my house in order before I can finish my fish tank project because I can't focus on something if my house is not tidied up. So like I've mentioned in previous videos, I have a morning routine and it doesn't take very long at all, but that consists of me making the bed, tidying up the bathrooms from the morning routine, and getting ready for the day and picking up the living room, blankets, anything that was left out from either the night before or early in the morning. And I always get my kitchen tidied up too. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my typical daily routine. So how was your guys' 4th of July last weekend? I ended up deciding to not post this video last week because we were just busy getting everything ready for the holiday weekend, and I just wanted to enjoy time with family and not be on my computer editing and doing voiceovers. But I hope you guys in America had a safe and fun holiday weekend celebrating America's 250th birthday. We were going to go to the local fireworks show, but decided to just stay home because we just wanted to do our own fireworks show. And we live on property outside of city limits, so we were able to go a little crazy, which we always do every 4th of July. And we got the shows in the box. We love those, and just did some mortars and fun little sparklers and like those firework fountain things. But yeah, just stayed home and enjoyed our company as a family together, and a lot of our neighbors were doing fireworks too, so it was a fun, relaxing weekend. I cannot believe that we are already in July. The summer has gone by so fast already. I know summer technically just started at the end of June, but I know kids go back to school in August, and that kind of is like the end of summer for a lot of people because, you know, you can't really go on summer vacations once your kids are back in school. But luckily we homeschool, so we can technically start our schoolwork whenever we want to. I don't really like that kids go to school so early in August. When I was growing up, I was born in 1987, so I grew up in the 90s, and back then we didn't go to school until September, at least where I was from. I'm from Southern California, and even when I was in high school in the early 2000s, we started going to school in August, but it was towards the end of August. But when I was in elementary school and middle school, it was like after Labor Day when we went back to school. And kids nowadays just go back to school so early. They get out early and they go back to school early. So I'm not sure why that is. But yeah, growing up, we ended our school year typically the first week of June. And we started our new school year the first week of September after Labor Day. Maybe that was just a Southern California thing, but I really enjoyed that schedule because we weren't starting school in the middle of August or the beginning of August. And in Southern California, that was typically the hottest month. I'm glad that I was able to grow up with beating the August heat at home and not at school. So I'm almost done with my morning tidy up. I just need to fold and put away my husband's laundry. Yes, I do my husband's laundry because he works out of the home most days, and this is part of my job as being a homemaker, so don't come for me in the comments. But when I'm done doing his laundry, I'm gonna go outside and check on the animals, and then we have to run into town to get my errands done and buy my new fish tank. So for my errands today, I just have to go to Whole Foods and get a couple of produce items and stuff to make dinner tonight. I'm gonna make a chicken sausage and veggie skillet dinner type thing. And then I'm going to World's Underwater. It's our local fish store, and pick out the fish tank. And it did not fit in my car. We ended up putting it in my husband's work van. So just did all that off camera because my husband doesn't really care to be on my YouTube channel, and that's totally okay. But now that we're back home, I'm gonna get the groceries put away, and I'll give you a little grocery haul.
You know I see us together, strolling hand in hand and watch the sun goes down. For you I would do whatever. I'll pick you up where you feel you're about to drown. Just take this chance.
Mini grocery haul. I got some baby arugula and organic, what is this, spring mix for salads for the next couple days. 2 English cucumbers, some mixed bell peppers. I got a zucchini for dinner tonight, strawberries, 3 avocados, a purple cabbage or red cabbage. What do you guys call it? Purple or red cabbage? We got some little cherry tomatoes for salads. And since we're gonna have chicken sausage and veggies tonight, keep it nice and simple, I have some chicken sauce, or what is this? Cajun style chicken sausage. And after I was done putting away the groceries, my husband and I brought in the new fish tank and put it on the stand. Now, this is not a dedicated fish tank stand, but it is made out of solid wood and has 2x4s. And my husband also screwed in extra 2x4s for more support, so it can hold the weight of this 94-gallon fish tank, because when you fill it up with water and the substrate and the rocks and decor and everything, it can be quite heavy. Roughly a filled fish tank with the decor and rocks and everything is about 10 pounds per gallon. But I'm just going ahead and adding the substrate in, leveling it out. And I also did buy an extra bag of substrate since I was getting a bigger tank. And this is just the Eco Complete planted substrate. I love this stuff. However, I'm not going to be doing a live planted tank in this tank because I'm going to be getting some bigger fish that love to eat real plants. But just in case in the future I ever want to convert this tank back to a planted aquarium with real plants, I went ahead and decided to do the Eco Complete substrate. So now I'm going to work on the hardscape of my fish tank. So I'm going to lay out all of my rocks and wood that I'm going to be using on the table so I can kind of see what sizes I'm working with. And I'm just going to place it in the tanks. I'm not a professional aquascaper or anything like that, but I'm just going to see what looks good to me and my daughter. She's really into this too. and I have a couple of ideas. So I am reusing everything that was in my previous 55-gallon fish tank, but while I was at the fish store, I picked out 2 large pieces of wood because obviously I'm getting a bigger tank. So I went ahead and soaked them in my sink with boiling hot water. That way it helps the wood release a lot of the tannins that the wood will release in the water of your fish tank, and it can kind of make the water look brown or yellow, which isn't harmful to the fish at all. I just don't particularly like the look of tannins. Now that I am happy with how the hardscape looks, I'm going to secure it because I don't want to accidentally bump the wood or the rocks while I'm doing my maintenance. I want it to be as secure as possible. That way it's safe for the fish, and that way nothing falls over and just destroys my plants and stuff like that. So my favorite way to secure hardscape together is by using a liquid super glue. This is just the Gorilla super glue. There's also a green one which I've used before. It's more like the gel super glue, but all I have is this one here today. And then I'm gonna use paper towels, and I'm just gonna tear a little bit of the paper towels off, and I'm gonna wedge it in between like the wood and the rocks, like at the contact points, and then just put the glue on it, and then it'll dry. When it's dry, it'll just hold everything together, and that way nothing's going to fall if I accidentally bump it a little bit. It's also gonna prevent the wood from floating, but I like to just do this step just to be on the safe side. All right, so now I am just placing some of the fake plants in areas that I think they will look good in. I do a lot of adjusting off camera because this part can be quite time consuming to figure out where you want certain plants, and I also was thinking about when I get my filter hooked up and the heater, how I can kind of hide that equipment with some of the plants. So it does change after I get everything filled back up. Stay tuned until the end and you'll see how the tank looks completely set up with the fishies back in it. But now I'm just using that same pump that I used to drain the fish tank in the beginning to fill this fish tank back up. So I just use my aquarium bucket that I dedicate for aquarium purposes only, and I actually get the water going on the hottest setting and let it run on the hot setting for a few seconds before I adjust the temperature. That way if someone flushes the toilet or turns on the sink or a faucet in another bathroom, it's not going to fluctuate the water temperature as I'm filling up the fish tank, because I'm trying to get the temperature as close to the temperature that the fish like off the tap, so that way my heater is not overworking itself trying to heat cold tap water. And then for the water conditioners, I just use Seachem Prime to dechlorinate the water, and since I do have a couple of live plants in there, I decided to put Easy Green fertilizer in the water as well. While the tank is filling up, I'm going to start dinner because it's going to take quite a while for this fish tank to get full. So I'll just stop chit-chatting and let you watch me cook dinner. It was very easy to make, and I'll leave the recipe in the description box below. And the yellow glorious will live. Won't you be my guide and let me follow? Can I hold your hand for old time's sake? And all this time you waited for me. Little did we know, I guess it's fate. Now all is in our hands.
I can't shake the simplest feeling beyond the ghost. We stand on the opposite shore. Hello, Ramona. I reach through mysterious ceilings, my only hope. I look for the things that...
All right, here's how the fish tank turned out. I love it so much. And this situation, there's a planter pot. It's an outdoor planter pot there for a reason, because it hides my canister filter, because my canister filter won't fit on the shelving. But I love this tank so much. It is a lot bigger than obviously the 55-gallon that I had here. And I've always wanted a big fish tank because the type of fish I want to get need a larger tank, much bigger than a 55. And it's just so cool to watch my fish enjoy a bigger tank. It's a 94-gallon and I had a 55-gallon beforehand. And my husband also added 2x4 supports that butt up to the sides. Over on this side, he added the same 2x4s, screwed them in and everything so they're nice and secure. And this stand definitely supports the weight of the larger fish tank. And to be honest, when I was looking at dedicated fish tank stands at the stores, they were not even as good of quality as this. So love that I was able to reuse an old entertainment console and save some money there. But I will be doing a DIY on this. I'm actually going to start that project today, but you'll see it in my next video. I'm going to be painting that a really pretty antique-ish tan color, but that way everything matches, because the 2x4s are obviously not painted yet. And I haven't painted this thing since we moved from Texas, so it definitely needs a new coat of paint. Anyway, that's how it turned out, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.